Good evening, family, friends, and faculty. My name is Gabriella Taglioni, and it has been my honor to serve as ASB president this year. Joining me on stage is our senior class president, Caleb On. On behalf of our classmates standing behind us, we would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremonies for the Clovis North High School graduating class of 2018. As we prepare to leave Clovis North High School, we are excited about fulfilling our future dreams and aspirations. United, we stand here together as we express our thanks to you, our family, friends, and of course, the faculty who have touched our lives in many ways.
We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this evening's ceremony. At this time, would you please stand, face the flag on stage, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. What an absolutely incredible, beautiful night. Members of the governing board, honored guests, family, and friends, welcome to the 8th commencement exercises for Clovis North High School. I would like to start this evening by thanking those who make this night possible. Tammy, Sonia, Janice, Jill, Jennifer, and Carlos, thank you. Heather, Chad, thank you. To our custodians and ground crew, thank you. And so many more who helped make this a special event, thank you for your dedication to our school and these students. At this time, it is my honor to introduce the members of the academic procession who escorted our graduates into the stadium this evening. Representing the Clovis Unified School District Administrative Team, District Superintendent, Dr. Emer O'Farrell. Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Don Ulrich. Associate Superintendent, Mr. Norm Anderson. Associate Superintendent, Mr. Michael Johnston, and Clovis North Area Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Darren Taki. Please join me in acknowledging the members of the Clovis Unified School District Educational Leadership Team. The class of 2018 is also honored to welcome the principals of the Clovis North Area feeder schools. Certainly, much credit is due to these schools and their educational teams. Representing Bud Rank Elementary School, Mr. Ryan Getman. Copper Hills Elementary School, Mr. Todd Deck. Fugman Elementary School, Mrs. Jennifer Thomas. Mountain View Elementary School, Mrs. Monica Everson, and Riverview Elementary School, Miss Marcy Panu. Please acknowledge the educational leadership of the Clovis North area. It is my distinct privilege at this time to introduce the curriculum leadership of Clovis North's Academic Senate. Representing the curriculum areas of the Performing Arts, Mrs. Heather Bishop. English, Miss Andrea Castro. Mathematics, Mr. David Hobbs. World Languages, Mrs. Nancy Mojarez. Academic Block, Mrs. Donna Colris. Physical Education, Mrs. Heather Lingenfelter. Science, Miss Lavinia Terra and Mrs. Kay Berry. Visual Arts, Mr. Michael Reese. Special Education, Mrs. Shireen Malin. And our Counseling Department, Miss Corinne Wynn. And as chosen by our senior class Teacher of Distinction and Social Science Department Chair, Mr. Shane Kilmeyer. Please join me in recognizing Clovis North Educational Center's Academic Senate.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and the class of 2018. My name is Estefania Martinez Pardo. Now, a Chinese proverb reminds us that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And 13 years ago, we took our first steps in kindergarten. Tonight, it's a privilege to share with you our final steps of this unforgettable journey. I can tell you that our last steps down this ramp will be filled with joy, relief, and gratitude. But first, let's take a step back to when we first packed your bags.
It was August 20th, 2012. I remember overpacking my bag. I was prepared for anything. I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders, literally. I was excited, eager, and I'm not gonna lie, a little nervous. And what I didn't have in height,
You're still lacking in height, Nolan.
and what I didn't have in height, I clearly made up for in preparation. I was gonna be king of the world. I was gonna graduate from Harvard and become an astrophysicist and win the US presidency, all before the 8th grade.
And as our journey continued, some of us came with a little bit more baggage than others. But ready or not, we were boarding the flight we know as high school, unaware of the adventures we were about to experience.
I remember holding my parents' hands at the beginning of this journey. Their hands were strong, warm, and comforting. They have guided me from the very beginning. But my parents' strong grasp has slowly loosened during this journey, allowing me to take hold of my dreams and understand who I am as an individual. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for holding on tight, for guiding me, and for letting go during this journey.
And as all flights begin through security and TSA, our journey began through student services that let us stick to our motto and keep it classy, Clovis North. But once we boarded the flight, we buckled in and we buckled down. Our flight was full of ups and downs.
I remember our flight taking off decently smooth. Unfortunately, like with most flights, there was the occasional turbulence. There were thunderstorms our freshman year. There were blizzards in our junior year. And yet, our dear flight attendants, our teachers, were there to keep us calm, keep us focused, and to remind us that turbulence in life comes and goes. How we respond to it is the difference between having a panic attack and enjoying the flight.
And then there are the passengers, us, together, as students on the same flight for 4 years. You can always count on learning something interesting from the person who sits next to you on a flight.
I remember my flight was full of so many colorful passengers. In the seat in front of me was a child who was holding his tuba. 2 seats behind me was a guy who clearly needed more legroom. And across the aisle was a timid girl who was humming something from Hamilton. And who did I end up next to? A young lady that would change my life. These were our friends, the ones who stayed up with us the entire flight, who made us laugh till we cried, and who were there for us during the turbulent seasons in life. While this may be the last time you travel with such passengers, the bonds you created will last for the rest of our lives.
This leg of our journey is coming to an end, and our plane has landed. Now, you may unbuckle your safety belts, grab your personal belongings, and information for your connecting flight will be available on the screens outside of this gate.
I'm ready for my next journey.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Wait, I'm not sure Okay, I'm ready.
It's a big world, Clovis North. So, which gate do you choose? Do we choose the exotic and travel to an international destination?
I've always wanted to climb the steps of Chichen Itza.
Or do we grab a connecting